So welcome back to the 12 days of vlogmas, where I post a video every day for the 12 days leading up to Christmas. And today is Friday and I'm currently waiting for the dog trainer to get here, and I'll share more about that in a little bit, but I just wanted to kick off and start this vlog. Hi you guys, it is quite a bit later, so I know I'm cleaning my bathroom, by the way. That's why I'm in here, and I just cleaned this side of the counter that I set my phone on, so I'm putting everything back in its spot. But I mentioned in the last clip that the dog trainer was coming, and I didn't know if I was really gonna say anything or not, but I'm just gonna be real with you guys that not everything goes the way you think it will go when it comes to training a dog. And with Willow, she just needs a tune-up, and I just needed some help from the dog trainer. And so hopefully after like a couple of weeks of like doggy boot camp, which is, we're kind of like going back to more of a schedule of training and everything than I was on, because I got a little bit lax. Hopefully will make everything good again. So that was why the dog trainer came today. So he came today and did his thing. So yeah, so that took up like an hour and a half, and there's not really anything noteworthy I've done today. So yeah, I'm now cleaning my bathroom, and then tonight we are actually going to, which I don't know, I feel weird sometimes saying like things we're gonna do like to give back. I don't know, I'm not saying it in a way to be like, oh look at how great we are, because that is not the case at all. But through our local settlement house, they have a program where every Christmas they'll have families sign up, and then other people can adopt those families for Christmas and then get them Christmas presents. And so we're going to deliver to the family we adopted this year. So if you didn't know that, that's something that's really cool that you can do to give back. But yeah, so that's going to be our night tonight, and I don't think we're doing anything after that. I really don't see where we would go. But yeah, so that's what tonight is gonna look like, and then I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Hi guys, so I'm currently watching Doctor Who, and I'm gonna catch you up in a second, but first I'm going to put in my ethanol lock. So now my ethanol lock is in. I put my line back under my shirt, but anyways, I don't know why I felt the need to clarify that. But since I last talked to you guys, we went and delivered presents to the family we adopted through our local settlement house. Jeez, I cannot talk. And then we came home, and I ended up having the energy to wrap up like 2 or 3 things, and then I ran out of tape, and then I realized I was reaching the point where if I did not lay down soon, I was not gonna do good, and I was gonna have a little mini crash, but I'm all good. I laid down when I needed to, and now I am just kind of hanging out and chilling for the night. But a couple months ago, I had someone on Instagram ask me what a Mito crash looks like for me, and I never got around to posting an Instagram post about it. I might still do so in the future, or a YouTube video, so I thought that now, why not? So I can add some content to this vlog for you guys. So please bear with me, because this is not the most flattering angle at all, but it is what it is. So if you don't know, or even if you do know, just to remind you, I have mitochondrial disease, which basically means my body doesn't produce enough energy to function properly, and so I have a lot of health issues because of that. And within the mitochondrial disease community, there's something known as a Mito crash, and a Mito crash is different for every single person with mitochondrial disease. It does not matter if 2 people have the same mutations, the exact same genetics. their experience is going to be totally different, and it looks totally different for everyone. There are similarities, but there are also differences. So I kind of wanted to preface with that everyone is very like individualized when it comes to a mito crash. But for me, I'll kind of explain what one looks like. So usually when I'm in a mito crash, it is when I have either been sick or I am under a lot of stress, whether that be physically or mentally, or there is another health flare-up going on with my body. All of those are triggers, and for me, when I have a mito crash, it's not good, and it can be pretty nasty. So in general, when I have a mito crash, what usually happens is I will get super, and this is one of the first things that happens, I will get super sensitive to light, and I'll want to go into a fetal position under a blanket and just sleep. Like, there is no other choice in the world but for me to do that and to sleep. I can't explain why that is the one and only thing like that I have to do when a mito crash comes on. Another huge indicator I'm in a mito crash is I become very, very emotional, and it's not so much psychological. It's because basically for me, when I'm in a mito crash, there is not enough energy going to every spot in my body that needs that energy to function. So when I am in a mito crash and I get highly emotional, it's not so much psychological. It's that there's not enough energy for my brain to be able to, you know, filter things and use coping skills, and also what's the word, like emotional stability. Like my mood, I get very, very emotional, and I cannot control it. I will get teary, I will cry, I will sob, I will be really, really upset, and it's just a whole nother level. And I'm someone who, I have anxiety, I've dealt with depression. When I am this type of the type of emotional as I am in a mito crash, it is nothing like it is when I'm having that anxiety or depression or anything. It's nothing like that. So that's the biggest thing, are those two things. Another thing which tends to happen is I tend to get a little bit shaky, and then I also will get really, 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 really weak. I'll also be I'll be saying things and it will make full sense in my brain, but when it comes out, it doesn't make total sense, or I will just mumble a lot and it's hard to understand what I'm saying or what I'm trying to get across. And that's why I am really, really grateful for my parents, because I mean, they're my parents, and I'm very grateful I have such a good relationship with them, because they are able, for the most part, to decipher what I mean when I'm in a mito crash. So those are kind of like the biggest symptoms. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, something as of recently. So when I get a mito crash, they don't, as of right now, in the past 2 years, they do not happen often. They only happen when they've been triggered by the triggers I mentioned a minute ago. So it's not a regular occurrence for me, or a consistent occurrence. So when it happens, it means something pretty bad is going down. And the last time I had a mito crash, which was back in July, basically my body, I don't know what it was, but my kidneys basically just decided that they weren't going to work like they should have. So luckily it's fine, and there's no damage or anything, and it didn't result in any any issues, but that was something that was affected, which I really hope isn't in the future. But different body systems may be affected. Sometimes my GI system is really affected, sometimes it isn't. It's just dependent, but almost always I'm weak. I need to be asleep in a dark room under the covers in a cold room. It needs to be quiet. You know, I get very, very emotional, and it's hard to communicate. So that's what a mito crash looks like for me. the only way to pull me out of a mito crash is something like D10 IV fluids. That's literally the only thing that will take me out of it. So that's what a mito crash is like for me. Let me know if you guys have any more follow-up questions regarding a mito crash. I might have forgotten some things, but that's in general what my experience is like every time I have one. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.